You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everyone, welcome to Best Bets for Pets. I'm your show host, Michelle Fern. Now, today we're going to talk about something great for your animals, great for Pet Planet, pet beds. Now, the best thing about getting a really great pet bed is most of the time it keeps your pet out of yours. Our dogs love to lay in our beds, but besides that, dog beds are important for them because it keeps them very comfortable. I have a great product for you to hear about. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Buster, you're telling me my dog food products can't go on your shelves?
That's right. Didn't pass one of my Petco certified nutrition checklists. Sorry, Wayne.
Who made these checklists?
Geniuses. Very smart guys.
Well, it's good enough for most grocery stores.
Do you see cheese puffs on my shelves? Mayonnaise? Soda pop?
No.
That's because I ain't running no grocery store, Wayne. Your pets will get better nutrition, I guarantee it. Petco, where the healthy pets go.
Enter the code LUCKY10, LUCKY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
Like your business to reach out and invite in our audience. We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's All Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. All Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand. This is the place for a special paparazzi treat. Only on PetLifeRadio.com. Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Pooch Planet, and they make dog beds, special dog beds, lounge dog beds, therapeutic beds. Their products are very sustainable, and I'm really excited to have them on the show. I have with me Christina Gray, and she is the Marketing Communications Manager, and I also have Rita Zin-himy, and she is the Senior Product Manager. Welcome, ladies.
Hi there. Thank you.
So tell us, just to tell our listeners overall, what Pooch Planet is all about.
Well, I'll take that question. Pooch Planet is a brand that's been around for 20 years, and we are, I think the best way to describe Pooch Planet is that we offer stylish, sustainable, meaning our products are made with environmentally responsible materials, and we offer our products at an affordable price. But we really want to emphasize the stylish because the dog beds that we offer are the kind that you would see typically in a boutique for sometimes hundreds of dollars. And none of our pet beds really cost. I think the highest bed we have is $40. So they're quite a great value, and they're definitely a cut above the typical plaid standard issue pillow envelope bed that, we sometimes just see for years and decades even.
Okay, what's the difference? I know there's two different basic types of beds. There's a lounge bed, where the dog lays on and so forth, just to be comfortable. Then there's this therapeutic bed, which aids and it makes it easier for older dogs. It's better for their bones, so to speak. What's the difference really between these two beds?
Well, Michelle, you're right. Actually, we have divided our pet bedding into actually 4 different categories, and we've done that just to help make it easier for pet owners to identify the kind of bed that's best for their pet. Now, a lot of dogs, just like a lot of people, some people are side sleepers, some are back sleepers. A lot of pet owners notice that their dogs either like to stretch out all sprawled out, or some like to cuddle up. So we've categorized our beds in 4 categories. And the lounge category is just kind of what it sounds. It's like kind of a longish bed that would just allow all limbs to spread out real comfortably. The cuddle bed often has a structure to it that, when dogs of all sizes, not just small, but dogs of all sizes like to cuddle up in a ball, and that would be a cuddle type bed. And then another very popular category is our therapeutic bedding, and that is for the large aging population of dogs, or not even just aging, but any dog that might be recovering from surgery or an illness. And they just offer a little bit extra support or cushioning. And then the 4th category is what we call functional, and that is a range of products that meet a specific need. For instance, a crate mat, something that would fit into a crate, or a pet throw that you would take to the dog park or take in your car with you to the dog park. So there's those 4: lounge, cuddle, therapeutic, and functional type beds.
That's great to categorize all the beds like that, because it really puts them in perspectives. And I mean, while you're describing them, I'm thinking, oh, yes, I think I have a cuddle type bed. I definitely have a lounge bed, and they're great, the categories. How are these beds designed? Dog beds have been around for a really long time, but not like this. So what was the background and history into creating these beds?
Well, Michelle, this is my category, and our development process begins normally 6 to 12 months prior to each season. We use various color and trend forecasting companies in the U.S. and also international. The development team also travels to home decor and home textile trade shows, and that's also domestic here in the U.S. and international shows. Then once we gather and analyze all the research, we create our own color palette and develop our own collection for the season. So that's the research and the development process.
I understand the processing, but have you had beds all the time at Pooch Planet? How long ago were they developed?
You mean the category itself? We've been doing pet bedding. The Pooch Planet brand really is as old as the category is and the brand. So it's really our the mission. It's the central product line for the Pooch Planet brand. So it is everything that we do at Pooch Planet currently. Although we are moving into developing dog toys in different categories, but right now bedding takes all of our energy, and as we mentioned, or at least touched on, that we change color. It's basically seasonally rotating, so at least 3 to 4 times a year.
Correct.
We are changing the not only the styles, but the colors, the patterns, the textures. So as you're moving into a fall or winter season, the colors get richer and deeper. And again, as Rita mentioned, according to trends that we see out in the home decor market. So it's a continually changing range or collection of beds according to season, according to trends, and according to the needs of the pets, of course, too.
And also, if I may add, is as you know, as the technology changes in the foam and the fiber and the fill of the beds, we come up with that as well, and then we come up with our own design and the needs of the pet.
Now, just to backtrack a little bit, where did the thought process come when you were creating these beds to make them different? I mean, there's been those flat pancake beds that are just flat and, there's a little cushion, but there's not much to them. Then came the beds where I had a zipper cover, but these are beyond that. So I'm just wondering where the idea popped. How did that come about?
Well, for the lounge bed, for instance, for the zipper came when we created a liner. So the owner can actually take the cover off and wash it, because a lot of people are looking for washable covers and washable beds right now. So that's one aspect. For the look of the bed, for instance, the cuddlers and the orthopedic beds that are different than just your envelope, everyday look that is out there. You know, it's basically the inspiration of the design and of the designer. For instance, for the DreamBoat, I wanted something it was a fall bed, so I wanted something very warm, very inviting, and I just have a big sweater color that I love to just, cuddle and lounge and hang out at home, and I just designed that part into the bolster part of the bed, and that's how the idea comes. So it's really, when you think of your needs and for different needs, and the research that we do, or if we see some home decor furniture, and that we translate from our own inspirations into these dog beds.
And if you don't mind, Rita, I'd like to answer that question in a different, sort of a broader way. Is I think that one of the things that we're doing, and it's happening in the pet industry in general, is that, pets have become, the pet product industry is huge, and pets themselves are definitely not just the guard dogs and the mousers that generations ago pets used to be. Families want their pets to enjoy the same kind of comforts and in the same kind of style that they enjoy. So we look to the home furnishings for human beings even for inspiration, because we want pet bedding to live not sort of on the fringe of the home environment, but as part of the home, and to look as good, because I don't think pets are regarded in any way as like second-class citizens. If anything, they're exalted members of the household, and so our bedding definitely is taking on more of a human. Yeah, the specialties that you see for human bedding or human furniture, we're applying those kind of things for pet bedding.
Yeah, and I think whether it's a piece of furniture or a look-alike piece of furniture or a mattress-like piece of furniture, but I think, we're very oriented to make it fit your home and to match your home decor style.
Yeah, it sounds like both looking at home furnishings to develop the products and make them fit in pet lifestyles. It's interesting how that's changed, over the last maybe 10, 20 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Your products are sold on the internet, is that correct?
They are available through some retailers online, but primarily we distribute our products through major retailers across the U.S., some in Canada too, but primarily Walmart, Target, Sam's Club. Rita can probably add a few more to that, but that's where you could find the largest selection of Pooch Planet pet beds.
And also, some discounter stores, such as the TJ Maxx groups and the Ross groups. So everybody is very much oriented in pet beddings right now, and everybody, whether they're in home decor or home furnishing companies and stores, retailers, they're adding this category.
In regard to our retailers, I think that going back to what I opened with talking about affordable is the retailers that we are in partnership with is, that relationship allows us to make the kind of quality pet beds that we do with environmentally responsible materials and still offer them at a price that's accessible to the average American consumer. And without that major retailer environment, these beds would cost quite a bit more. So that's part of the mission of Worldwise, which is the parent company of Pooch Planet, is to make environmentally responsible, really good-looking products accessible and affordable to just, average Americans. Yeah, anyone, not make it out. And we, within even that range that we mentioned, up to $40, we definitely have a low end and a high end. So, Rita, what is our most economical bed?
Believe it or not, it's a $488 bed.
So we have a wide range of prices even within the affordable description. So it's really, Pooch Planet's a great value.
So, Christina, your beds are very eco-green, if that's the right phrase for that. What can you tell us more about that? Because everybody's conscious about that these days, keeping green and recycling and using sustainable products. How does that relate to your bedding products?
Oh, well, it is central to a Pooch. Aside from the style and the affordability, every one of our Pooch Planet pet beds use one or more different types of environmentally responsible filth. For instance, I'd say the majority of our pet beds use what we have called Eco-Rest, and Eco-Rest is simply our trademark name for a fill that's made from recycled plastic bottles. And the number of bottles we might use to make this fluffy fiber fill, it's very resilient, varies according to the size of the bed, but I think our largest bed can use up to 30 or 40 bottles. And so we're keeping that many bottles for every pet bed we sell out of landfills. And, of course, just even if you don't really care about environmental issues as much, simply buying the bed creates a demand for recycled resources. So that's Eco-Rest, and that's a big part of our Pooch Planet pet beds. Are also the Thermacare. I believe that bed that you mentioned does use what we call memory mix, and that is reclaimed memory foam. So the memory foam that's used in the human bedding production, the industry, all the chips and shards that fall on the production floor, we use those, and they represent the same benefits as regular memory foam because they are memory foam, but they would normally end up in the trash. But we take these remnants and we use them, call them memory mix, and they are inside that pet bed you have. And also the other environmental material we use is a soy foam, and we've called it Benefoam. And if you were to look at it, you don't see it on the outside when you're looking at a bed, but it's that egg-shaped type of foam, and that uses a percentage of soy material instead of to replace the petrochemical that's typically a part of the a foam product. So it's really a big part of the Pooch Planet story is the environmental materials we use. And it represents, when you consider all the beds that we sell at the great prices that we just told you about, it represents a huge savings. I believe I just saw a figure that said by the end of this year we expect to save about 100 million bottles from the landfill through the sales of Pooch Planet pet beds.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, that's great. That's great news because people these days are more and more interested in, recycling and using sustainable products for their home, for their animals. It just makes better sense for our planet, our world. So it's great to know that you're doing that. And usually a deterrent from people from using those type of products is it usually costs more and yours costs less. So there's no excuse.
Well, Pooch Planet is never sold, even though that's an very important part of our brand. We don't sell it on that merit alone. In other words, we're selling it because it's a good-looking bed that, suits the needs of your pet and keeps them warm and cuddly and happy. And the Eco Advantage, that's what on the packaging you'll see. It's called the Eco Advantage label. That's like a bonus for it. So it's not necessarily the reason people buy it, although eventually once they learn that that's part of the bed, they do. But usually they're buying the beds just because they're darn good looking and comfortable, as you mentioned, and they're affordable, yeah.
Right. And it's also a thought. I mean, sometimes people think, beds are sustainable. You're right. They think of it as not as nice and high quality and comfortable as your beds are. So it's not the norm.
Well, I think that's our company in general for all these 20 years, I think, has really been leading the way in trying to change that mentality that environmentally responsible products have to, that if you're going to do that good thing, that you're going to have to accept a product that's not as good looking or doesn't even work as well, but you're just doing it to be good. You know what I mean? And so our products allow you to do good, but also have good.
So our listeners can go to Pooch Planet website and find a store locator of all the beds?
Yes, what our Pooch Planet website will definitely describe the brand in these categories that we mentioned, the Cuddle Lounge, therapeutic. It doesn't necessarily show every item, although it does list all the individual names of the beds. But there is a store locator which will help you find it's zip code based, so you can find a Pooch Planet retailer near you, so you can go look for yourself to see what's in your area.
Well, that's great. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to 1-800-PetMeds.com/best, BEST, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at PetMeds.com.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed or email us at
PetLifeRadio.com.
Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Hi everybody, I'm Megan Blake here with my sidekick Super Smiley, the giant mutt and spokes dog for throwaways. You're listening to Pet Life Radio, and I'd like to tell you about our brand new show, A Super Smiley Adventure. Our show explores adventures with animals. They can be traveling, out in the world trips, or inner journeys where our animals lead us to inspiration and self-discovery, or just plain fun adventures. Join us here on Pet Life Radio on A Super Smiley Adventure. Good boy.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my experience with my Pooch Planet bed to give a good, description to the listeners. Looks like a huge pillow, and it's covered with soft material on one side, and the other side is a bit smoother. This pillow feels like you're sleeping in a cloud. It's very soft. It's not intimidating for either of the dogs, because one's big and he's a scaredy cat, and the one's little and takes over everything. So the big one is fine with it. And it's so comfortable. I think it's one of the lounge beds or therapeutic beds. I'm not sure which one.
Sounds like it could be Thermacare. It sounds like it would be the Memory Max or Memory Foam bed.
What end of the line is that considered?
You mean price-wise?
Yeah.
It's, I believe, between $30 and $35.
For a big size?
Correct. That's the normal reaction we get when we show someone our bed.
Am I talking about the right one? It has like material, and I switched it. Material's on the bottom, and then the top is a little fluffy, and it's about under $40.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And it's not made, it's not made junky. It doesn't, there's been dogs on it. One dog likes to, get in there. The cat walked across and did a little clawing. Not so bad. I didn't notice any damage at all. And it's been used. I haven't watched it yet, but I don't imagine that'll be a problem. And beds like that are normally $200-$300. So under $40
for welfare.
right? A couple $100. And they're not as comfortable. They're flat. They're like little flat donuts, just flattened down. There's not much to them. But these beds are, wow, really, really comfortable.
And that's why I think, Michelle, we are so successful is, the way we source the product and our relationships with our fill facilities and our fill vendors in the U.S. and using the high technology that they use for the human beds that, we have translated and added to our pet beds. And that's the reaction that we get all the time is the wow.
Jaws dropping.
Well, it's not a wow so much as wow, it's a great price. It's a wow that it's a great price for a product that's a wow. Double wow, because it's a good product that that is comfortable for the dog. One of my dogs is a little older, so he likes to, he's more comfortable sleeping on soft stuff. So he likes it. Comfortable for me, that's a huge part, because something can be inexpensive, but if it's not worth it, then, great bed, great value.
Maybe we'll have to call one of our beds Double Wow.
Yeah.
We give all of our beds, sometimes kind of funny names, so we'll have to consider Double Wow.
What's also nice for us here is when we get some feedback from our customers that, they say that, their children, are also sleeping or napping on these oversized beds. So for us, it's great. It's okay. We have the dog and the children on the bed.
And Michelle, we have a Pooch Planet Facebook page, and I'm hoping I can invite listeners to, come and become a fan. But we do have people that send pictures in, as Rita says, of their baby sort of right next to the bed, or, on top of the bed, and the dog is looking over longingly at the bed, hoping it'll get a chance, because, or sometimes people, your husband might use it as a throw pillow. They're just comfortable. They don't say dog bed. They don't scream dog bed. They just look like a beautiful, comfortable pillow in your living room. But I think dogs and people will be sort of, and cats even, fighting for some time on these beds in any household.
So you have, a Facebook page that listeners can send pictures and...
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page. If you have a Facebook account, just type in Pooch Planet products, or you can go straight to poochplanet.com, and we have a link that takes you right to the Facebook page. And gosh, we do, it's a community. It's just fun. We do what, a lot of Facebook communities do. We just share pictures of our pets. We have contests for free bed giveaways, or, they can be on any sort of a topic, but it's just a lot of fun. And certainly we share product information when there's new products, but it's a fun thing too, and you can win some free Pooch Planet products. So I really encourage your listeners to join.
Okay, and listeners, if for some reason you can't get through to Facebook and you want to send the pictures to me, Michelle at PetLifeRadio.com, I will forward it on to Pooch Planet for you.
Great, thank you.
You said you had some new items coming up for cats. Can you talk about them?
Well, we always have new items in both of our... I think what I'd like to mention is that, even though we're talking about dog beds today, I also want to just say that we also make cat beds. We have another brand. It's basically Pooch Planet and Smarty Cat are like brother and sister, for lack of a better description, brands. And in Pooch Planet right now, we're doing dog beds. In Smarty Cat, we actually have a wide breadth of products for cats, and again, made with environmentally responsible resources like recycled corrugated cardboard, recycled plastics. And we do scratchers, toys, litter accessories, certified organic catnip. So quite a large range of cat products. And you can check out smartycat.com to learn about that brand and about our complete needs system, which is central to both of those brands, was something we developed about 6 years ago to basically help pet owners not just buy a product for their pets, but to buy a product that's filling a need, a very specific, either instinctual, emotional, or physical need that is, the biological need for a pet. So that's an interesting thing that's on our website, that there's a different one for each, for dogs and a different one for cats. And it's a very important part of our brand.
Well, thanks so much. We have a lot of cat listeners, and they're always interested in getting good information for their furry felines.
May I mention we have a Facebook page for them, too. Smarty Cat Products also has a Facebook page.
Pet Life Radio had a crazy cat contest a couple years ago, and there's a lot of crazy cat pictures out there.
It seems like every day on the internet there's a new one.
Yeah, I have a cat who thinks he's a dog. So, he lives with two other dogs in the house. He's kind of like a dog. And when I praise him with friends that have cats, saying, oh, he never hisses, he never does this, and your cats are just mean, then I'm told, our cats are not mean. It's that your cat is not really a cat. So, me and my first cat that was adopted, he was cold and walked in one day. So, it's getting used to that. But I think he's like a little cat dog. So, yeah. And that's my dog who really likes your bed.
Yay.
He's giving a big shake. So thank you so much for coming on and telling our listeners all about Pooch Planet beds and how wonderful they are for our dogs and our planet. Our listeners can go to poochplanet.com to find out more information, as well as on the episode page of this segment of Best Bets for Pets. And there will be a link to your website and a little bit of info about Pooch Planet. Thank you so much, Rita and Christina.
Thank you.
Thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound great. If you have questions, you can send them in to Michelle at PetLifeRadio.com. Please check out my blog where I post different pictures and interesting things about some of the products. You can just do a search, Best Bets for Pets blog, and you'll find out all about my blog. Thanks again for listening.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.